Computer. Sweet. All right. I am here with Jason Ackerman, which is co-founder, second in charge, third in charge
Ah,
of Best Hour of Their Day, pronounced THEIR. This will be a fun one. I'm going through the APN partners that I believe provide value monetarily, revenue-wise, et cetera, because we have enough coaching in the world. We do. And both of us are actually on the level 1, level 2 staff. So I don't want to chat about that much. I want to talk about dollars. I want to talk about capitalism and also being nice to people. Right. So this is my thing that I'm inviting you to. We're personal friends, so please don't take anything we say sensitivity wise or any of that marker. I probably talk to Jason 2 times a week, maybe, about fatherhood, business, what else? Bitcoin.
lots of crypto talk.
So no introduction needed. Let's start first. Best hour of their day. There's a lot of people who utilize you, and your service is taking gyms, understanding how they operate, making them better. And when we say better, we mean better in terms of the product on the court, I say, or on the dance floor, and then the digital dollars that we all pretend are backed by gold. Is that correct?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's what we do. We help from both perspectives, like you're suggesting, the business side as well as the coaching side.
Okay. And you do offer discounts and everything through the affiliate partner network, correct? Or whatever it is. There's an affiliate partner network deal that people get to go through.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a discount. It's just our rate. We just are through the APN.
Yeah, you're an APN partner, is what I'm trying to say. So,
But that's kind of like saying ATM machine.
there's one right behind you.
I know, but it's an affiliate partner network. So you wouldn't say APN partner.
Okay. You can correct me anytime you'd like. So what I want to do is I want to go through just like some 3 pillars. I expect me and you to have plenty more of these, and a lot of these will be clipped up, but more or less I do direct people to the entire video. If gyms are struggling in 3 ways, and you don't have to think of all of them at the moment. I just want to spend about 7 minutes, and then we'll do a recap. 7 minutes or so on each 3. Okay. So the number one way you see CrossFit affiliates struggling for revenue. All right. They are working really hard. They care about coaching. They're passionate. They love CrossFit, all of these things, except they're burnt out. They're making no money. They have to either have another job or like go trade bottles to, pay to feed their kids and stuff. Like
I've not seen an affiliate owner going that far, but yeah.
okay. I took back bottles for my first CrossFit gym membership back in 2010.
For your membership or to open the box?
No, at DeGain's place, I took back bottles. Literally, I brought him cash one month, and I just took back 200 bottles for this. He instantly gave me a job.
That's well. That's shows the type of person both you and Joe DeGain are.
Right, and that's why we're best of friends, literally, but to this day. But so the number one problem, I'll give you a second to think about if you think. And when I say problem, it's not like people are intentionally doing something wrong. It's just you have the most credibility with your business to be able to talk about potentially one of those things. Would you like a second?
What is exactly the question?
I could not have stated that more clearly. What is the number one thing that you believe is going on inside of the affiliate that is hindering affiliates on their revenue?
That's way more clear. That was much more clear.
Oh
I would say, if I had to say number one thing, I may correct myself later on, but for the sake of being brief, I would say the right price point for their membership.
Okay. And you believe, we're going to stay on that for a second. So you believe that ballparking 70%, maybe more, are undercharging. Would you say that's accurate?
We're talking US?
Yes.
I'd say that's not a hard and fast number, but I think it's a good ballpark. Yeah, yeah.
So you think most gyms undercharge? Now, do you think most gyms should charge? Is it arbitrary? Like they're just bringing out a number from somewhere that has no intrinsic or specific value? Or are you actually looking at, this is how much your rent is, this is how much classes that you're going to have, so you're going to have that much coaching costs? Like, is there a math equation that you guys figure out what something is? Or is it just the I don't know if you've learned this through Airbnb stuff, but the like something neighbor method, where you're just like, well, I'm going to charge more than this guy, but not as much as that person.
Well, I think that's what most affiliate owners do when they open.
Okay.
Yes, when Fern and I, as well as our third partner Marcus,
Your
look
fourth
at
partner, me.
not yet, soon. We definitely look into all of that. Well, and we believe, yes, when you open, it shouldn't just be like, well, they're charging this, like you said. I don't want to be the most expensive and I don't want to be the cheapest. And that's kind of what they look at, when in reality, they're not looking at, what do we need? How many members do we need? And what do we need to charge to be profitable, to pay ourselves, to get 3 months ahead when it comes to a budget, all of those things. There's minimal, if any, thought. And I'm sure, and I speak from experience, that's how I opened, right? And I'm sure that's, a lot to do with when you opened. And we're comparing ourselves to other gyms that either A, aren't doing it right, or they did the same thing. And, we're all afraid to increase our rates because, the gym down the road is cheaper, when in reality, if we all looked around and realized the value of a CrossFit affiliate on every person that walks in the door, we wouldn't be afraid to be charging, near $200 in the United States.
Does Best Hour help with figuring out what that number should be?
100%.
Okay.
And that's something unique about us too, is, we do have a curriculum, like go through this curriculum. However, not everyone, but different affiliates start at different places depending on their strengths and weaknesses. And we dig in individually with every affiliate. They get individual calls with us when they first start, a phone call that we refer to as the money map call, where we look at what they currently have. What are you laughing at?
I feel like I've heard that somewhere, like a Dave Ramsey type scenario.
Oh, we probably stole it from somebody.
Of course,
but
that's how your business started. You just stole all of my phone calls, and then you just.
Our curriculum is just you talking.
Yeah.
No, but it is a very individual. It's very similar to CrossFit. You come in, hey, we're all doing the workout of the day, but with a good coach and proper scaling, you're getting a very unique workout designed for you. Even though they all look very similar, we tailor it to suit your needs. Your needs being strengths and weaknesses.
Okay. Let's see. Next thing I want to go over. So that was good. I like that. So the number 2 way. Okay, so the number 1 way is price point. Affiliates aren't charging enough. What is, do you believe, the number 2 thing that maybe it's not like they're doing something wrong intentionally, but you've taken gyms from barely break even or even less to
certainly losing money every month,
paying themselves and being a normal human.
I don't know if I can give you one thing, but if I were to lump them into one thing, it would be focusing on the main thing, right? Keeping the main thing, and that can take many different iterations. It's we're not diversifying. Look, time and a place. You want to offer yoga, you want to offer 24/7. These are things that we talk about, but until your product, like you said, your product being your class is world class, let's not focus on anything. So it's kind of, let's make sure the main thing is the main thing and get better at it by improving coaching. You look around a lot of affiliates around the country, coaching is not at the forefront.
What is at the forefront then?
Well, when I say it's not at the forefront, I mean classes are happening.
Yeah.
They're just not very good.
Do you think it's because of lack of care, or do you because I don't buy that. At least from my experience, I don't buy that the owners don't care about coaching. Is it fundamentally they don't have enough experience, education? Because like typically the owners I talk to love this and they're like, why can't I get more people in the door? You're saying that they need to focus more on.
I don't think it's care. I think most coaches care. I don't think you start coaching if you don't care. There's always exceptions. There are people that are like, oh, I'll get a free membership if I take my level one. I just think it's lack of awareness.
Hmm.
Look, most coaches take their level one and they start coaching, and most affiliate owners are either too busy or don't focus on coaching development. So whether it's a year later, 5 years later, those coaches just aren't improving. And then you throw on top of that, the owners are burned out. The owners aren't, on top of the day to day. So they're not looking at it. And we just see it getting worse and worse rather than, someone like you, some of the top affiliate owners out there who are great coaches themselves making an effort to develop all of their coaches.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, the client value, the average client value is important, that rate, and then it's retention, right? It's average client value times retention is going to be, more or less the success of your affiliate. And if your members aren't feeling cared for, staying safe, making progress, they're not going to stick around.
Okay. I've divvied this up in terms of 7 minutes. You and I could go forever. So 7 minutes.
Of course.
First
Okay.
one, 7 was the second.
AMRAP 3x7.
Basically we'll be done by 21-22. So now the third. I don't want you to just say the third is retention though, because I think you looped that in with the second. The first one you said they're not charging enough. The second one you said they're not putting coaching or their product, the game on the game floor, their product at the forefront. And then the third one. Can't say retention because it was in the second one.
Well, a couple of things were in the second one. I mean, those are probably the top two. If, going to a third, it would be, just systems and operations.
Okay.
Right. You talked about burnout at the very beginning. I think, first of all, I think a cure for burnout is paying yourself.
Always.
Right. I don't think a lot of affiliate owners are burned out. They're tired of working and not getting paid.
Yeah.
I think they would gladly do the work they're doing. If you're like, hey, but we'll pay you 50, 100 grand a year, they'd be like, that's a great job. So, I think what helps with that is putting systems and operations in place, things where Andrew Charlesworth or Jen can step away from the box and not worry that it's going to burn down. Someone steps in. And also layering onto that, I wouldn't say it's a challenge, but affiliate owners can find it challenging to keep people long-term. And part of that is pay.
Yeah.
So if you struggle with that, oftentimes it's like, oh man, now I need to retrain someone. And that takes days, weeks, and months. Where if you have a really good system in place for your front desk person, and every job is recorded on, an app, say Loom, for example, which we use, and now it becomes all we have to do is hire someone to fit them in this job and it's all set up for them, that becomes a lot easier.
For sure. I need to do, I should take your advice on that. I think,
if you want to sign up for Affiliate, we will extend you a discount.
No, but what I do want to do, I'd like to, as a dummy, go through your, and do it for my affiliates, essentially. I want to do the Bring a Friend Week through you and follow your steps. And what I want to do is I want to do key measurements. I want to show the computer screen that says the revenue is this before starting, revenue is this after. Like I will show.
Hey, talk to Fern. If Fern's okay with it, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and we'll do the video stuff because I think that I do refer a lot of people to do a Bring a Friend Week immediately. I probably do it differently I might do it differently than you. Mine might suck. I don't know. I tell them to utilize the APN partners that give you free things and then have those free things sent to you and then offer a free thing. Tell someone, hey, I'll give you a $40 gift card to Trifecta if you bring a friend in next week, and something as simple as that. Whether or not.
And for the record, anyone watching this, if they don't want to sign up with us right now, we have an entire free Bring a Friend course.
That's cool.
The link is in my personal bio on Instagram. I believe it's also on the Best Hour Instagram. If not, they can email me. But free. And we've had, numerous affiliates that never signed up with us reach out to us and say like they've got 10, 15, 20 new members from Bring a Friend Week. And going back to what you said, your questions, marketing is one of those things. And we don't, it's not that we never recommend paid marketing. It's that we don't recommend paid marketing until you've done a really good job with free marketing and until you're ready for an influx of people, which most affiliates think they want 30 new members. They're not going to be able to handle 30 new members. But
Mhm.
free marketing, things like Bring a Friend Week, things like a referral program, things like just maximizing your reach on social media, all of those things, we should be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the systems, I think people need to sign up with you more. I know they're going to hear that and be like, man, they're right. Systems. CrossFit gyms don't require that amount of advanced systems. Like realistically, they don't. And you should pay 1 to 2 people well, in my opinion, to replace those jobs, right? I mean, I don't know if she's still in here. I mean, she's in here all day. I randomly have a great scenario. Semi-finalist athlete. She's been with me since she's been, I think, 14.
I
And
saw that girl on your social media. She's a beast.
yeah, so I mean, she's 19, maybe 20 now. I don't know. And this is her full-time job. She gets paid fairly well. Um, she gets to train all day. She has a minimum amount of classes that she has to coach. And then I mean, she gets paid probably more than any coach around to coach those classes. She has to do all of my scheduling. She's in a group text with me and my wife, the decision makers, right? Like if things need to happen, somebody needs to be refunded, anything inside of the gym, I go to her for ideas. Hey, how can I, what equipment do we need? What equipment's broken? Do you need to order? She just ordered a new battery for the AED. She has the card on file. I don't want to do anything. And she gets paid a small salary essentially for all of that other stuff. But the end game is to keep increasing her pay so she does not have to go to get a job, or she tries to. One day she's like, well, I make more money doing what I love, have more time around my people, and get to train all day. Why would I not stay exactly where I'm at? So that's kind of but putting it in on paper is definitely something probably should do.
Well, if I were to give you any advice, I know
Oh,
this is not
please.
what the show is about, is you need to use an app such as Slack for your communication.
You love Slack.
I
You
don't
you love Slack, and it's okay. Yes.
I have no ownership in Slack. I wish I did. I would gladly change my ownership in Best Hour for Slack, but
I know Slack is going to die with AI anyway. You need
potentially.
the
But
AI is where absolutely everything is at. And you
if
and I both know this.
we agree on that. But if affiliate owners want to take any advice from this or listen to Andrew, CrossFit, what is it, Midwest, Central East?
No, I'm yes, Midwest.
Oh, I
Midwest.
got it right. Midwest.
Central East was the old school region. Correct.
Yeah. All right. You're the Midwest. I mean, you know what you're talking about. And if you're listening to this show and you want to take any advice, one, jump on our free Bring a Friend Week course. Like I said, it's not like give us a credit card. It's zero, strings attached. Second thing I would tell any affiliate owner is download Slack, get over the hurdle of learning how to use it. It's very easy. Get off of texting, get off of WhatsApp, get off of a Facebook group, become professional in your box. And here's why. You and Jen own your business together. I've owned businesses with my wife. Simply for that sake, if you own the business with your significant other, save the texting for the nudie pics and the groceries and all that stuff, and keep the business on Slack. Then you have someone like you mentioned running the place, and you have a channel for like gym needs, or equipment needs, new members, sub requests, etc. Get
Oh,
your
you're
entire
absolutely
staff
correct.
on there.
You're
And
absolutely correct.
I don't
Or
say it.
Discord's free.
I've Discord might be another good option.
Maybe I'll start my own Discord called Best App of their hour of
I'm not by any means attached. We use Slack and Trello very much within the company, and we tell people like it's no different than CrossFit. Find something that works for you, and we'll start putting it on .com, right? Same thing. Like Slack and Trello to us have worked best. There are others. If you use PushPress, for example, I know they have some great CRM stuff and great communication tools in there, but professionalize your business, get off of a text thread. Things get buried, things get missed, things get overlooked. And like I said, you texting your wife, hey, I can't wait to get home tonight and, have sexy time. And then the next text is, hey, the business needs something. And it's like, all of that, those good vibes are gone very quickly.
Yeah. You've never ran into that. All right. Well,
I'm speaking, this happened today, right?
I appreciate your time. We'll definitely have more, and I know this was no rehearsal, right? I wanted to put
Oh,
Jason
of course
on the
not.
spot because just to see where he's at, just to keep him sharp, you know what I mean? And
No, I like those questions. And the thing is, it's never, we had Carl Stedman on our podcast yesterday. You know, Carl, OG in the CrossFit space. And, you know, he said to us, like, you're preaching the same thing we've been preaching for 10, 15, 20 years, and that's all we're doing. We believe in CrossFit. We stand by it. And we just want to see affiliates become successful. And, many already are. And I think it's really important for those listening to remember. And I think this is where the disconnect is. Like, the affiliates have such a powerful impact on their community, like changing people's lives physically, mentally, emotionally, just a great place to hang out. Don't take that for granted. And when I see affiliates that are charging 135, even 155, I'm like, man, either you don't see the value in what you're doing or you're just afraid to charge more. You and I talk jujitsu all the time. I got an email Monday, April 10th. It was 2 days ago. I don't know when this is going up, but 2 days ago I got an email. My rate of jujitsu went from 186 to 215. No, like explanation, just like, hey, here's your new rate. And in my mind, I was like, all right, like I do jujitsu. Like the option is not doing jujitsu. And I can tell you, my jujitsu school, while I love it, I've made great friends, is nothing compared to a CrossFit affiliate and what it does for people. We need to not be afraid to charge more. And by doing that, we're going to level up everybody.
well, you don't want to be a race to the bottom. Okay, that's the hardest part. You don't want to race to the bottom because you have expenses, right? And then so people will argue in the jiu-jitsu gym, the reason you didn't complain is because you're not the most badass at the gym. What I found about jiu-jitsu, I mean, so realistically, yeah, I mean, you can take that any way you want it, right? If Jen said this on a podcast before, and it really, really is accurate. If your members or whatever, like look up to, Mayhem or whatever, which as everyone should, like the guys are fantastic. Any programmer, right? If you're not the leader in that community, then they will go elsewhere. And then when you do ask to increase their membership and you ask like that, it's going to get challenged because it's the beta-ness in you, right? You, at the end of the day, you need to be the leader of your tribe essentially, and people need to want to be like you and look up to you. You need to practice what you preach. You need to show up. You need to do class, all of that stuff, right? So, I mean, that's it's easier when you're fully invested versus partially invested. But I know you have another meeting. We will chat again.
Anytime.
I'll comb through this and realize what it was even about.
Me too. All right, great chat with you, Andrew.
See ya.
Bye.